What's happening, my people? So this is the first of some videos that I'm gonna try to do. This right here, this is something important in the culture of hip-hop. The culture of hip-hop, it is expanded from the breakdancing and DJing and just the rapping and stuff to other things now. And so Joe Budden is one of the integral parts of hip-hop at this time. He's one of the biggest voices in the culture, and we see they going through a lot of things right now. So that's kind of the talk of the internet, and it's a lot of people I see that are basking in the glory of them breaking up. And a lot of people have, it's been predicted, and you've seen the trajectory of Joe Budden's career, and it seems like a lot of self-sabotage. He's had issues before in his life as far as like substance abuse and this and that. So I don't think that this is the issue this time around. I'm hoping that it's not. But let's get into it, man. Like why I'm talking about this, man, is because I'm a big Joe Budden fan. I bought Rage in the Machine. I bought All Love Lost. I do my reviews. I put that as a classic. I think I bought Some Love Lost. Like, I've bought like his last few albums and stuff, man. Like, I'm a big fan. The only reason why I got into podcasts, period, like the Joe Budden podcast, I didn't even watch podcasts, but it's like he quit rapping and he was doing the podcast, so I just followed him to the podcast and stuff, just because I'm like, that's my dog. And Everyday Struggle, like I loved Everyday Struggle and stuff, and like to see, and it's crazy because you see it like the Def Jam deal and like that, like he had Amalgam on that label, and Tahiri, we seen I forgot her name, but maybe he had that, and Loving Hip Hop, and his Sin Santana, and Everyday Struggle, his radio gigs. It is like, damn, like I want to defend Joe Budden, because in what he is saying, it seems like Mal and Rory was on some whole shit. They kind of was like, we want more. And what he kind of saying is like, okay, we started doing this podcast for free and stuff, and then it's like you eat from what you bring to the table. And it's like, y'all haven't been bringing nothing to the table, and then y'all want to complain and y'all want to talk about the friendship and stuff, but then y'all want to bring lawyers and stuff and want to talk about the books and this and that. And it seems that they have all gotten rich off of the podcast. That is from his eyes. He has said that everybody has gotten rich. Parks has said that I'm paid well, so I'm not tripping. So, but Rory and Mal, so is it on them, or is Joe the culprit again? Has he seen something, like as far as like, I mean, this parking lot looked like somebody about to hit somebody. But has Joe self-sabotaged again? Has he threw a stick into the spokes of this bicycle? I don't know, man. I hope not. But I hate to see like things like I see like Charlemagne is kind of like trying to take a step back, but we see Schultz like on the Brilliant Idiots podcast and stuff. Like he is so happy about this. I was watching DJ Envy. He seems like he was king about this. On Hot 97 or whatever, Ebro and them, like they was just king. Like it seemed like so many people are happy for the downfall of Joe Budden. Is it because they hate this man that much? Is it because like he has defied the odds and still has been successful? Has he just pissed off a lot of people on his way towards the top? Like, to me, I didn't see the podcast like really coming back how it was. Like, even when they came back, like Maul had a lot to say. And Maul was like, he was on some whole shit to me in my eyes. Cause Maul was like, man, that's messed up for you to have Ice in them Ice and Homeboy. Like if I wouldn't like, it's like we have a weekly podcast, we do 2 episodes, we got these side deals and stuff. And because y'all stepped away for a second, you want me to stop the platform completely and miss out on everything, rather than at least try to keep it going for the little bit of, like, that was some whole shit on Maul and them part. But then if you want to see it from their perspective, Joe Budden a lot of times, like not necessarily to Maul, but to Rory, like he's very disrespectful in some terms. Like he'll scream on Rory, and I know me and Joe would have been for it. Like we would have been for it, like just screaming on me like that. But it seems like if people that know Joe, and if you were in that circle, like you were used to the way that he interacts with people or something. So it's kind of like, I'm getting this bag and we just could go through this. Like, can I if I'm getting rich off of it, I could bite my tongue I don't know. I think we have to get 5 minutes. We have to get 5 minutes. But as far as like looking into the books and stuff, if I'm getting rich off it, I'm not really a greedy person. Like as long as I'm getting a good chunk. But it is, and we look at this from the outside looking in and stuff, and it's like man, they some dumb ass niggas, they some bitch ass niggas and stuff, and blah, 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 blah. Like I tried to do a podcast. Like I don't know, like some of my homeboys, they watch like some of my content sometime or something. Like I tried to do a podcast with me and my boy JT. And we did like 3 episodes, and our podcast broke up. Like our podcast broke up because of a name change. Like I wanted to keep the name I was thinking it was like Bottom of the Boot or In the Mud or something. I don't know. It was some shit like that. But I was like, I'm cool with that. And then he wanted to change to like easy listening or something. It sounded like sounded very old school. And I was like, man, I don't want to do that. And so our podcast broke up, and then we were doing it remotely from different locations. We wasn't doing it together. And then I tried to do it with my cousin, and we did a few episodes, and it's like, man, he had a hectic work schedule. And like, so just, I got tired of like, kind of just like badgering him about it. So like, I just stopped doing the podcast and stuff. So like, I did like maybe 5 episodes, like they're somewhere on the channel. Like, it's not the easiest thing to do. But they built up. And then for Joe, like, that's one thing. It's like, you did a lot to bring to the table, and it circles around Joe Budden. But then whenever Maul got to the podcast and stuff, and Rory and them, they helped build the platform to what it was. So they did some whole ass shit and stuff. But then they did also help build a podcast. One thing I don't like is like the dirty laundry and stuff, like how Joe does on like in open forum. It's good to be I'm trying to find the word, but to put everything out there to a certain extent. But sometimes you can, and then there's your friends, like for you to do too much in public forum. Like if I be like, I'm beefing with one of my homeboys right now, but then I get on here and I'm like, yeah, man, that bitch ass nigga, man, like that. It's kind of hard to bounce back from that whenever you come on those terms. Like if I keep that in to myself and feel those ways, like you can kind of bounce back. Like maybe we'll talk it up, chop it up, and squash whatever. But when you get like on public forums and you put all that out there, man, it's hard to bounce back from that. So I hate to see that with my dog. I hope he bounces back, man. If him and Ice and them want to continue doing Joe Budden podcast, like I'll watch it. If this is the end of an era, like I hope he has something else. Like I like that the broke rapper, the one that everybody hated, like he built himself up and became super successful. I like that my dog actually did that, because I always wanted Joe Budden to win. And I was hoping that he would be able to parlay his win in that into eventually coming back into the music and making the kind of music that he wanted. And I don't know what this is going to spell for the music in the future, for the podcast, for his own mental health. Like, I hate for him to start relapsing and then we lose another star in the business or whatever, man. Like, and I hate to see that the enemies or whatever, like, they winning right now. Like, people are just kikiing and so happy about this right here. Like, I told you so. I told you so. Joe was gonna mess this up. I told you. I hate that. I hate that. But that's just my thoughts on it, man. Just want to make this video. But like, comment, subscribe, be the greatest and most hated, man. Holla at your boy. Peace.